Yeah, it's been an interesting 3 or 4 days in Indy. We got through the quarantine portion of our stay, that first 24 hours where we were pretty much in our rooms, and at least have been able to move about the hotel and get on the practice floor some since then. I think this afternoon we get our first opportunity to walk outside since we got off the bus on Sunday night. So I know the guys are looking forward to that. But just, it's a unique experience, not a typical NCAA tournament experience, certainly. But having said all that, this senior class and this core group of guys has meant a lot to our program. So that the fact that they get to finish this season, and 3 of them in particular get to finish their careers on this stage is a pretty cool way to go out. So we're thrilled about being here and excited about the game on Saturday.
All right, our first question to Ben DeMarinis.
Hey, Mac, I don't know what, can't help but notice watching UCSB that there's a lot of similarities in terms of what they try to do. I don't know if the calls are the same or anything like that, but principles seem to be pretty similar to you guys. Like, what jumps out to you when you watch this team on film?
Well, several things. Number one, McLaughlin is terrific. He's the probably one of the best movers off the basketball that we played this season, in terms of his ability to read screens, to be patient when the action is coming towards him. Sometimes shooters and scorers get a little jittery and maybe take off too soon, where in actuality what you should do is wait a little longer and keep that defense thinking you could go either way until the last second. He's as good at that as anybody we've played. But as a team, they're similar to us in that they have a lot of experience. Guys have been around, the guys that have been together. They don't foul, they don't turn it over. They plug up that lane pretty well and make it difficult for you, to get into the teeth of the defense. And then on the offensive end, to a man, really they play together. They move the basketball, they take good shots, and as a result, they've won whatever it is, 18 out of 19 or 19 out of 20, whatever crazy number that it is. They've kind of steamrolled, through their conference, especially since the first of the year. So, very, very talented team, and we're going to have our A game without a doubt.
If you've got a question, please use the raised hand feature. We'll get you called on. John Niantala.
It's interesting, Greg, you bring up McLaughlin's ability to move without the ball. With the ball, he's like super dangerous too. So how do you even start coming up with sort of a game plan against him, knowing that he can hurt you in so many different ways?
Yeah, it goes without saying he's great with the ball in his hands, and while he's patient off the ball, he's very patient with the basketball as well. It's tough to get him to speed up, and sometimes you attempt to get a great score just to play a little faster than maybe they would like to play. And he's just got a great pace about his game. When he gets into the paint, he uses the shot fake and the pass fake incredibly well. And always makes the right read. He does, his assist to turnover is incredible for someone that has the ball in his hands and is in a playmaking situation as much as he is. So, I think a guy like that, you have to show different looks. I think if he sees the same thing all the time, eventually he's going to pick you apart. So we'll guard him with size some and physicality. We'll try to guard him with quickness at times. We'll run some guys at him at times. So we'll give him some different looks in hopes that we can keep him as uncomfortable as possible.
Joe Nugent.
And Mac, I want to ask you actually about Drake. Curious, even though you guys have a ton going on, if you think you'll have a few minutes to maybe check the game out or part of it tomorrow. And also, what do you think of the job that Darien has done getting that program to the tournament, even though they don't have a ton of appearances, through the last 4 decades?
Yeah, I talked to D-Rock, I guess the day we got, so it was Sunday. Once we got in here, we talked that night, and we're texting during the selection show. And I haven't looked at my schedule yet for tomorrow night, but if I'm available 100%, I'm going to watch that game. And I'm not surprised at the success that he's had. I've had some former assistants that have obviously gone on to do good things, and he's fallen into that category. He's a terrific person to start with and leader of young people. A lot of energy into what he does. He loves his job, and he loves the guys that he coaches. And he's turned that program around in a short period of time. And I've been especially impressed with the job he's done through the injuries to be able to keep that team afloat when they lost not only one starter but two starters to injury, and still find a way to win enough to get in the NCAA tournament as a mid-major, which we all know is very difficult. So I'm thrilled for him, but I'm not at all surprised. He had his fingerprints all over our program when he was here, and he's certainly taken what he's learned over the course of his career, both with playing for Coach Miller at Northern Iowa and then working for Dana and then being here with us, and has developed his own philosophy that's obviously very successful.
Next we'll go to Tom Chattel.
Hey, Mac. I was curious, what are the rules for you and the players this week in Indy? Do you get to do anything outside at all? Do you get to walk around the town at all, or be anywhere? And I guess, these guys have been through a lot this year. How do you think they'll handle it, being there all week like that?
Well, I mean, these guys have been in hotels, if I'm not mistaken, since we left for Xavier on February 25th or 26th. So they've either been in Cincinnati in a hotel, Philadelphia in a hotel, Omaha in a hotel, New York in a hotel, or now Indianapolis in a hotel. So I think they're probably accustomed to hotel life. As I mentioned earlier, we have not been outside since we got off the bus Sunday night at midnight and checked into the hotel room. We get an opportunity here in 10 minutes or so to walk across the street to the minor league baseball stadium. We have that for 1 hour where we can get outside and move around. But other than that, we're not allowed to leave the hotel. The guys can walk down. We have a study area down in the convention center, an extra room where guys are taking their classes or any study time. They do it from there, and they can walk around the convention center a little bit. But in terms of going outside or walking across the street to another hotel to maybe see one of their former AAU teammates or a friend that they know on a different team, none of that is allowed.
Wow. Thank you.
All right, we're about halfway through our session with Coach McDermott. Again, use the raised hand feature if you've got a question. We'll go back to Matt DeMarinis.
Yeah, this is kind of an offshoot of that, what you just said. Like, you've been to these tournaments before, so if anybody has experience on this team right now, it's you. But how do you help guys see a way to enjoy this beyond just what's going to take place in the 40 minutes that they're going to go through on Saturday? Like, how do you help them embrace what the NCAA tournament should mean to them in a year where it really doesn't have any of the same extracurricular parts to it that past years will?
Yeah, it's difficult, Matt. That's a great question. But the things that we've reminded them of is there are 290 teams, something like that, that aren't here, that wish they were here. So it's one of the most difficult tournaments to get in when you consider the number of NCAA Division I teams that there are and the amount of teams that get into the tournament. It's just not a very high percentage. It's not like you get a winning record in football and you play in a bowl game. That doesn't happen in our sport. So it's very difficult to get into the tournament. So we've reminded our guys of that, and we want them to embrace this opportunity and enjoy it. Most of them have several family members coming on Saturday. Obviously, their family members haven't had a chance to see them play a lot this year, so I know they're excited about that. And the fact that it's located in the middle of the country has made that a little bit easier to get families here. But the normal buzz that you have in an NCAA tournament city just doesn't exist because of the world we're living in right now, and that's just a reality. So, our focus has really been on our preparation. With Santa Barbara, we had, obviously we found out on Sunday, and we don't play till Saturday, so there's a lot of time to really dig into what they do and how they do it. I think our guys it's been a long season because of everything they've had to sacrifice to get to this point. I think they're ready to go out with a bang.
All right, are there any additional questions? We got about 3 or 4 minutes left with the coach. We'll go back to Matt.
Yeah, sorry, just one on the way you mentioned the different ways you got to defend McLaughlin on Saturday. Just in seeing the pictures, I noticed that Sharif's been participating a little bit in some of what you guys have done this week. How has he looked so far in the team activities he's participated in?
Yeah, really, I think he's made good strides each day. He got through really all of practice today, and we'll see how he feels tonight and make a determination on tomorrow's practice. Christian tweaked that ankle a little bit on the first play of the game against Georgetown, and he's still fighting that a little bit. But other than that, I think we're healthy and ready to go.
John Niatala?
You practicing in the ballroom? Anything? Is it just a basketball court? Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many courts they have set up over the convention center, but there's a lot of them. 12, Rob, is that what you said? So, we got an hour and 50 minutes there, I think, this morning. But it's NCAA has done a great job. This has been organized. The testing is organized. What they're doing with the meals. While it's different than maybe what we're accustomed to, I think it's been good when you consider the number of teams they're responsible for. We do get a chance to go to Lucas Oil to practice tomorrow afternoon, so that will be our one practice prior to the game on Saturday afternoon. So I know the guys are excited about that, it's a court. It's got 2 baskets. It's got a couple scoreboards. It's got everything we need.
Yeah, it's just a minor detail. How much time do you get at Lucas Oil tomorrow?
I think 90 minutes tomorrow, Matt.
Okay. Thank you.
Any last question? We got time for one more question if there's anything. John.
I don't know how much detail you can reveal in this, but how do you approach knowing what to say to a group that has kind of been around you so long, and knows you well, and you know them well, and you're about to kind of embark together in a moment that matters, obviously, to you guys. You've waited for this for 2 years, so it's such a sort of pinnacle that you're about to mount together, but how do you prepare for that? I don't know. It just seems like such a big obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, they're included in a lot of the decisions. We had to make a decision on. First of all, we didn't know we were going to get to practice or any court time Monday night because we didn't know if we'd be out of quarantine in time. And I think we got word about 10 or 10:15, and the guys wanted to get the heck out of the hotel room, so we went over and they shot for an hour or so. But then we had 4 days leading up, and we had practice times each day. So I talked to some of our team leadership on how to manage that. I didn't really think we should practice 4 days in a row. So I mentioned the option of what if we practice Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and did individual workouts on Tuesday, or we could practice 4 days in a row. And Mitch gave me a pretty affirmative answer as to what he thought of 4 days of practice in a row this time of year that I can't repeat on this media session. So we went with individual workouts last night, and then we started our preparation and our practice today. So they're really involved in the decisions. I respect those guys a lot. They've been through a lot. They've led this team in an unprecedented year in an unbelievable way. So this is their time to shine, and I know they're excited about it. And I'm confident that we'll put our best foot forward on Saturday afternoon.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your time. We will.
Thanks, guys.
Damien Jefferson shortly.
Hey, Damien, appreciate you doing this. I got a wacky question for you. Everybody knows the One Shining Moment song they play at the end of the tournament. I'm curious, growing up as a kid, did you ever kind of pretend you were in one of those videos, playing on the playground or anything like that?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Just being here as a whole, it's just like a dream come true, man. Because as a kid, that's all you ever think about is making it to college and then making it to the NCAA tournament at the end of the season, man. So it's just a dream come true, and it's definitely a one shining moment.
Matt?
Hey DJ, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm actually not doing so good. I need a haircut, but other than that, I'm good.
I need a haircut and a shave, so you're all good.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance if this question is an insult to everything you stand for, but you've played 113 games in your college career, and this is your first one as a tournament.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I guess, how do you avoid being, because preparation is kind of everything that gives you guys confidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you avoid being afraid of what this moment means on Saturday?
I mean, it's what we prepare for. Like in my whole 4 years, is what I prepare for. That's what I've been getting ready for. That's what I've been playing for. Actually, just to get here. But just because we here, that don't mean we stop now. So man, we just gotta approach it just like it's another game. But obviously, it's a win. Lose you go home. So we gotta take it as that approach. And I'm sure aren't nobody on our team are ready to go home. So we gotta prepare the right way, and then just go play Saturday and do what we gotta do, man.
John?
Where do you go to get a haircut?
Man, hey, we've been in the bubble for like 3 weeks. I usually get a haircut in Omaha, but since we was in the bubble and I had to go, and we had to be in a hotel for so long, I didn't get the chance to get a haircut. So,
Right.
so man, it's been tough.
You don't trust any of your teammates?
Oh no. I love those dudes, but I can't let them cut my hair. You got to cut my hair a certain type of way because I got the wave. So
Right.
yeah,
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
With that whole thing. But kind of what Matt was saying, like you guys, I mean, that's the NCAA tournament. There's like a pressure attached to it, I would think. Is there a way that you can prepare for that, even though you haven't experienced it, or you just sort of know that, well, maybe there might be some jitters early that we'll just have to work through?
Yeah, man. Of course, there's gonna be some jitters. I'm pretty sure like nobody played besides like Mitch. I think on our team, nobody else have played or Alex. Yeah, Mitch and Alex. But nobody else have played in the NCAA game, man. So it's gonna be everybody gonna be excited. Obviously, we're excited. We're going out there playing our first NCAA game, but we know what's at stake. So we just can't get too excited. We can't get too high or can't get too low. So we just gotta go out there and play hard, man.
Again, if you've got a question for Damien, use the raised hand feature. We got about 10 minutes left with DJ. Matt?
Have you gotten reflective at all? I only feel like it's natural because you're in a hotel and you're isolated and you're not out distracting yourself with social activities. So I wonder, have you thought about the fact that your career is coming to an end here, or are you just thinking?
Not yet.
Get as many games in as I can, and we'll see what happens.
Not yet. Yeah, I'm just trying to play as many games as I can, man. It haven't hit me yet. That is possibly Saturday can possibly be my last game. So I'm not looking at it like that. I'm just trying to survive, man, in advance. And I'm sure when that time do come, I think I'll be emotional. But this is not the time for me to be emotional and think about that stuff.
Tom?
Yeah, Damien, I just wondered, how are you guys staying sane? I guess the question is maybe, are you guys staying sane? What are you doing in your hotel rooms for that long? And you think being an older team, you guys have been through a lot, will that help this week?
I'm pretty sure to help because, like you said, we've been in our hotel rooms, man. We haven't been able to hang with each other, but we have been playing the game online with each other, and then when we get on the practice floor, it's about time we see each other and spend time with each other. So that's fun. We get to compete with each other, so that's good. I think that's good for us because when we get together on Saturday and in that game, we gonna have fun. We gonna have a lot of fun. We gonna play the right way. We gonna have a lot of fun because that's how we play, and just try to feed off that, man. Like you said, we in the hotel room, so we really can't do much. But I'm pretty sure everybody is mature about it, and everybody is fine with just staying in the hotel rooms. But yeah, it's definitely something we gotta get to on Saturday.
John?
Sometimes I hear players say that like a tournament setting, like the conference tournament, helps maybe prepare you for the NCAA. And I just wondered, did the emotion or the intensity of that event feel different? You know, when you're in the middle of a game against UConn, for example, like down the stretch, does that moment feel a little bit different than a close game in February or January?
Oh, for sure. Like, man, I'm pretty sure after the game, everybody was like, that was probably one of the funnest games they ever played in, just because like how that game went. It felt like man, that felt like a championship game, just us playing against them. And man, so I'm pretty sure it was fun. We had fun down there in New York, and obviously we didn't come out with the W like how we wanted to against Georgetown, but we didn't hang our head on that because we know that this is a bigger chance for us to just prove the world, to shock the world, because obviously like a lot of people got us like losing to the team we played Saturday. So it's just motivation, man. So we just got to use that as motivation and extra fuel to the fire.
Matt?
Yeah, what's the go-to video game for the team?
Call of Duty Warzone. Yeah, everybody play that right now, so don't nobody really play 2K no more. But Call of Duty Warzone, man, we be on there, we squad up and we get some kills.
All right, so who's the best first-person shooter squad and who's the worst, like, of the you guys?
I'm by far the best person on the team at the game, and then I'm pretty sure everybody else will tell you this too. But I'm good at that game, I say. And the worst, I don't know. Everybody good. I'm not gonna throw nobody under the bus right now, but I can probably tell you that one-on-one, not on camera.
Hey, Damien, one more thing. I know you guys are focused on the one game Saturday, but everybody knows, and we've talked about it, we've written about it, and about not being able to go to the Sweet 16 ever for school. Do you guys talk about that at all? Is that a goal this weekend, or is that something on your mind?
Yeah, that's definitely a goal. That's definitely a goal. But I'm sure everybody else will tell you, just like how I'm finna tell you, just one game, one day at a time, man. We can't think about something that's not possible right now for us. But we can only tell you about what's possible, and that's the game on Saturday.
We've got a couple more minutes left with Damien. Again, use the raised hand feature if you've got a question. First, we'll go back to John.
So the word is that this little minor league baseball part that you guys are about to go to has some badminton. Do you know anything about badminton? What's your badminton game like?
Oh. I don't know. I'm bad at badminton. Me and my brother used to do that. He used to smoke me. He used to smoke me in the backyard. So that's probably one of the reasons why I probably won't be going to the baseball field with them, because I'm bad at that. So I'm finna go back to my room, probably catch a nap, man, and just chill.
So you don't mind not have, like Max said, you guys hadn't even been outside forever. Like, you're okay with that. Like you're doing all right.
I'm fine with that, man. I'm good. Yeah, I can just chill, get off my feet, man, and watch some TV.
Last call for questions for Damien.
I need
All
a
right.
haircut.
John, we'll do one final question with John.
I almost let you go. This one's easy though. I wanted to ask you about Marcus. I mean, we've seen him work and put the time in, and it shows obviously on the court. But I just wonder, from a teammate's perspective, what do you admire about his work ethic? You know, all the. I mean, you guys all work, I know, but like, he seems to, really put a lot of time into his game. What do you see from him when the lights are off, I guess?
Man, yeah, like you said it, man. Marcus spent a lot of time working on his game, and that's shooting, a lot of shooting, ball handling. He worked better every day on his closeouts, man. So, I mean, when you see your leader, that's when you see your leader doing those type of things, man. That's truly like something to look up to, because obviously you got young guys that's looking up to him, and obviously guys like me, and Denzel, and Mitch, and CB, we look up to him too, because Marcus is a great player. But when you see him putting in work like that, it's just contagious, and it just make you want to get in the gym and work on your game as hard as he does. And when you see Marcus misses a shot, that's why he's so hard on himself, because he know that he puts the work in and spend a lot of time on his jump shot. So man, Marcus is gonna be great, and yeah, I'm proud of him.